What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe as you come into the channel. Check out the content. And with that being said, I want to speak on this list that I ran across about the NBA's top most viewed players for 2020 for 24 and 25 season, right? And this list, what this list points out to me is just that um that these old guys are phasing out, you know what I mean? And that, and now don't get me wrong, there's still, like a lot of interest in LeBron James. There's a lot of interest, as you can see by this chart, in Steph Curry, but some of the names that are on here are these up and coming young players. Now, LeBron James is at the top with 3.2 billion, views. And like I said, because and LeBron James is somebody that, draws a lot of views and a lot of interest. Part of it is because he is who he is, LeBron James, and then part of it is he is with the Lakers, and so definitely you would expect LeBron James to be at the top of the list. As long as LeBron James is in the league, that's where LeBron James will probably be at the top of the list. Although he's winding down his career, but he's still at the top of the list, still going strong. Then at number two, you have Steph Curry, right? Steph Curry has 2.5 billion views. And which I think is good. Like now the difference between Steph Curry and LeBron James is almost a billion. You know, about a half a billion, a little bit better than a half a billion, more closer to like three quarters of a billion. But yeah, there's still a lot of interest in Steph Curry, man. I think mainly because people want to see like what these two guys can get done in the playoffs. Like which one of these guys will go the farthest? Can either one of these guys get a ring, to close out their career? And I think like a ring for LeBron would would be big, and a ring for Steph Curry would be big for not only him, but it'll really hurt LeBron James's legacy if Steph Curry end up with more rings than LeBron in this era, right? So that's big, and a lot of people want to see them. Luka Doncic is number three on the list with 1.82 billion views, and I can see why there's a lot of interest also with Luka. I don't think his views probably have gone up since he's got to the Lakers, but he's always excuse me. Luca has always gotten, drawn a lot of attention. One of the most popular players in the league, one of the best players in the league. So I can see why Luka Doncic draw a lot of attention. Then you have number four on the list. You got Victor Wembanyama, right? And so Victor Wembanyama, I think, is part of like this new guard that's coming in. And I think like once Steph Curry and all those other guys are out of the league, I think Victor will be one of the people in the league to receive that torch and to carry the league into the next, into this next era. But Victor Wembanyama, he has 1.47 billion views. Now, as Victor get better, I think, and his team gets better, I think that he'll go further up the list. Right now, Victor Wembanyama is sitting at number four on this list. Now, at number five, you got Nikolai Jokic, right? And that's the Joker. Now, I'm surprised the Joker is down to number five. You know, um, I can't believe he's at number five. I think I would put the Joker ahead of probably Luca, and I would have had him at number three in front of Victor. Also, I can't believe that the Joker is at number five. That's crazy. But let me see how many views is the Joker getting. All right, so he's getting 1.2 billion. views, But yeah, I'm kind of surprised that, now maybe part of it might be because of the market that he plays in. You got Steph Curry and LeBron James, big market teams. Luca was in Dallas. You know, I think Victor Wembanyama, I think he benefits from having like a rich tradition of winning. Over there. Not that he's done any winning, but he's playing for Popovich and the Spurs. So but I'm still, like I said, I'm surprised that the Joker is at number 5. So but all right, it is what it is. Now I'm gonna go down to number 6. Number 6, you got Ja Morant. Now the thing about Ja Morant, he's at number 6. Ja Morant, in my opinion, I think he's ranked a little bit higher on this list. I'm surprised he's at number 6. I think like with the people that's on this list and that are gonna come after him, I think like Shea Gilgris Alexander is at number 7. I would rank Ja Morant. It would seem like Ja Morant will have more views. I mean, Shea will have more views than Ja Morant, but that's not the case. You got Shea Gilgris Alexander. He has just a little bit over 1 billion views. So, but I think that'll change. I think as Shea Gilgris Alexander, I think as he continue to grow in this league and have some success, I think he'll draw more attention. That's basically what I think will be his situation. Um, yeah, and so then you'll see, because with Ja Morant, he draws a lot of interest and he's captivating and he's exciting to watch, right? But they're gonna have to start doing more winning than what they do. You wanted Memphis, or you thought Memphis was going to be one of the up and coming teams that would be having a lot more success, but that's not the case. So I think that Ja Morant, will start to slide, and then I think Shea Gilgis Alexander will start to get more views and more attention as, like I say, as this team gain more and more success and more notoriety. Then you have at number 8, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he has 897 million views, which I would think I would also, again, I would think that Giannis would be more popular, and by Giannis having a championship. I don't know why it is that they're not getting enough views. Maybe Milwaukee is not a like Milwaukee don't get the attention like the Lakers and Golden State do. You know, I would think though that some of these older guys that have more experience and stuff like that would get more attention than what they're getting. And so what can you say though? What can you say? And so, all right, so let me go down to number 9. You have Anthony Edwards. He get 800 million views, and I'm surprised at this. I thought that Anthony Edwards would draw more attention, more interest from people, especially because of his style of play. His style of play is more so like it's more flashy, and it's more appealing. So that just seems like that people would be drawn um to Anthony Edwards. It just seems like he also would be somebody who is like worth the price of admission. People look forward to seeing players like Anthony Edwards who are high flying players. But it is what it is. He's at number 9. Then and closing out number 10 is Jason Tatum. I would think Jason Tatum probably would have had more views in this too, just because Jason Tatum, they're the defending champions. They won a championship last year, and also Jason Tatum plays for a storied team and the Boston Celtics. So I'm not sure why that is, but over all in all, looking at this list, right, you can see that the young, the new guys like Anthony Edwards, Shea Gilchrist, and Jason Tatum, who else? Ja Morant. Those younger guys are coming up, and they're coming right behind these older guys. And I think that they're it's a good sign. I like this new crop of young guys, anyway, because they play defense. They not only play offense, but they play defense too. So um, they recognize that defense wins championships. So I think you're going to get a better brand or a good brand of basketball coming from this new crop of young guys that are coming up the ranks. But I thought that was an interesting list as to the most viewed players for this season. I just think also that I think that it also points out that you got some young guys that's right on their heels and that's coming up the ladder and is looking to to receive the torch from them as far as like you know taking over the league. And so that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Also, don't forget to leave a comment, and I will check you all out in the next video. Peace.